Good morning. It is 8:03 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. I'm your host, Kaj Taylor, aka Miss Go, for the Get It Back in Blood podcast. Let's talk about some good shit, good TV, good material that could have been some kind of breakthrough. The Auntie's podcast with Carlisa Stafford, Tokyo Tony, and oh my God, the lady herself, baby Rick Ross' baby mama. Y'all remember that phone call she made to 50 Cent? You remember that phone call she had made to 50 Cent? So let me set the scene. The guest of the day was Jocelyn Hernandez. So when they first see you don't get all the information. When you don't get all the information, you come up with all kinds of excuses, reasons, and feelings. So they started off by showing just small clips of the altercation between Carlisa and Jocelyn. So we're looking, I'm like, there's got to be more to this. Like, well, what happened? So Jocelyn's like, Carlisa has a bad attitude, stuff like that. So, getting up today and scrolling around, someone actually had, the decency to post the full altercation. Now, there wasn't a physical altercation, but, there were exchange of words. The questions they ask when there's going to be, crazy or whatever. Tia's her name. But y'all remember that phone call to 50 Cent? Tia been off the chain. But yeah. So they're sitting there and she's asking Jocelyn if she feel like it's okay for her, being a Puerto Rican woman, to use the N-word. Carlisa asked Jocelyn Hernandez, do she think it's proper for her to use the N-word, being that she is not black and she's Hispanic and stuff like that? We have been saying this shit for years. Now, when it comes to your white counterparts, bitch, you don't have no problem with them saying the N-word, bitch. You motherfuckers hadn't checked them motherfuckers just yet. But when it comes to somebody of color, another person of color, you want to give the rundown. Now, I shared my experiences. Because once they find out, they do treat you different. Black girls do treat Afro-Latina women different. We are technically black. We all, cultured a different form or ethnicity of the African slave descendant. But we were still, Hispanics, especially Puerto Rico, those that had been conquered by the white Spaniards, they have dealt with being called a negro, nigga, bed wench, nigga bitch, all that shit as well. Nigga bitch, bed wench. I've been personally called a bed wench and a nigga bitch. I'll tell you this. My first experience with the divisiveness within the minority community, it probably did come from my family, the black side, the black side, you know what I'm saying? Those that, because my grandmother, like I said, my grandmother was a Grant. She married a Taylor. He had all kind of racial ambiguous shit going the fuck on. And her set of children is always the ones that the family likes to push around and mishandle and abuse on. So, my mother is actually the one of the light skinned ones, but I noticed a difference after elementary school. I went to the middle school, and one day, I noticed that I was getting along with Hispanics, with Asians, with whites. You know, my rival was a white girl in the band classroom, girl, let me tell you. So I was like, Mom, I'm gonna join the musical band, you know, the concert band in school. And this is when middle school was when we picked our instruments, you know, that we were going to play. So they let us all try out different, you know, different instruments, and whatever just felt right. You know what I mean? Girl, that white girl, I said, hell no, I'm gonna go for the drums. You know, everybody like, yeah, I'm gonna go for the drums. You know what I'm saying? So we started with the drums first, and I'm on beat, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not as musically advanced now. I can you know, I've learned music, how to read music, stuff like that. So we were just going back and forth, and I was like, this white girl, oh, she thinks she gonna out drummer me. Oh, she thinks she's gonna out drummer me. But I ended up picking the clarinet because it just felt so much comfortable for me. I think she went flute though. I think she went flute. But that's when culture started to learn about cultures and different divisiveness and the inferiority complex of the other children. All the black kids that I went to elementary school, they stopped talking to me or wanting to be my friend. I remember I came into the middle school lunchroom one day, and I was about to sit down at the black table with the rest of the children, and they were like, no, you can't sit here. You can't sit over here with us. To this day, I don't know what that was about. But, you know, the people that, you know, the Asian, you know, my Asian classmates and stuff like that, they were like, Precious, you can sit by us. You know, so the black girls kind of early on decided that, you know, whatever I was, they didn't want no parts of it. There was a lot of, because I didn't attend an all black school. So, you know, it was not a like your standard all black school, because it's down the street from the military base. And when I think military, I think diversity. So there were all kind of people there. Love interest was a little Italian boy. You know, he was with this mixed breed girl, and I kid you not, her sister, she's light skinned, but her sister was very dark skinned, but her hair was that long, curly, wavy, like Malaysian Indian hair. Her sister was, even though she was darker than me. But and they were twins right out the womb. So, you know, that does happen. And I you know, my feelings was hurt because, you know, I was a little kid. But shit, once that puberty hit and them cramps started kicking in, bitch, you know, I could care less. But that was that's when I knew that I wasn't going to be every black woman's cup of tea. I just didn't know why. You know what I'm saying? And I still deal with that to this very single day. Especially after I had my son, things went terribly crazy. My twins, because mine's is chocolate. Not her. The Italian in her made her darker than my kids, who are Jamaican and Hispanic. You understand? So they're out there, you know. And it was like they have the same mother and they have the same father. You know, her sister, her hair was quote unquote better than hers. So, you know, she's wavy hair, but she was the real darker one. But yeah, but Jocelyn's not going to understand that, because she coming from Florida. There's a lot of Hispanics. There's a lot of Hispanics, and you know culture as a black Hispanic down in Florida, where there's a plethora of immigrants. You know, so with Amber Rose and then Carlisa saying these things, she's being introduced to a different divisive part of the minority community. I feel sorry for a lot of you people blindsiding them with these things that they were not raised to understand. Because I lived in, in that culture with you guys. I know you don't favor me. I'm not your cup of tea. But every Latina's not going to understand that. She fought the shit out of Amber Rose for that. You understand what I'm saying? I cannot side with Carlisa because I'm Afro-Latina. I know and I understand that, when I was told when I was little, I said, well, Mama, what do I put when I fill out my job applications? Well, those optional questions and answers, are you a protected veteran? Do you have any disabilities? Are you black? Are you of Hispanic or non-Hispanic descent? Those things are playing a key role in the jobs, even though they're optional questions. I want to know, why the fuck are optional questions being used so harshly against minorities and people around here? You want to say, but if I've been selecting black, African American, no Hispanic descent all my life, which I was told to do, and which what we probably felt like we had to do, why are you trying to? Because soon as they find out Hispanic, here we are. Soon as they find out you have Hispanic origin, here we are with the stereotyping. And I told you black women will be at the top of, and I don't know, I mean, that's why her and Jonathan really don't get along. Jonathan is Afro-Latino. And I'm sitting here telling you that she retarded. Carlisa is retarded. But that is the truth of this divisiveness that I speak of. The division within the minority community. Are you black enough? It's not just for no mixed breed, piss yellow person. That is something, I mean, even you can be set apart in your own motherfucking, or you don't even fool with dark skinned Afro-Latina women. And you know you don't. As a light skinned bitch, or a light skinned, like most of my friends, I noticed that when I did get friends, most of my friends are of Afro-Latina descent, even though we don't speak the Spanish and eat all the Spanish foods and stuff like that. We live like Southerners, black Southerners, but we are genetically Afro-Latina. Some of us are even Moors, Moors. We're Moors. So, Jocelyn is going to have to understand that mean girl persona that Carlisa, that could be coming from a jealous place. Because she sure went and got her Afro-Latina and had Jonathan. Latino, and had Jonathan. Jonathan is not no damn mixed breed. Like no mulatto, white and black. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the experiences that I had. And yeah, like they was talking about this morning, yeah, they done switched our babies around and all kind of shit. Them motherfuckers didn't realize that their ass was Afro-Latina as well. They lived in a Gonzalez place. But they didn't understand that they're Gonzaleses. You understand what I'm saying? They trained us to think that we were living in poverty when we were living in a place that family had prepared for us. You understand what I'm saying? So when I told them bitches, you didn't come here to no projects to fight me. You came on my family shit to fight me. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if they really understand that. But we'll talk more about that. I want to shed some light on that because we do need to delve into that. And the conversation needs to be had with the minority community, the black minority community, as to why they're doing that. Sitting up there stereotyping, going to the police on people. Once you figure out, you went to the feds, you went to UN, you went every motherfucking where. When you realize that people were not as black as you thought. I'm Miss Koch, aka Miss Go, for the Get It Back in Blood podcast. I'll be back for part 2.